Good afternoon, Gemini. Welcome to the fifth dimension. This is a new YouTube channel that I started to bring in people that have passed, loved ones, friends, significant others. They had a significant impact on your life, and you often wonder if they are around you here on the earthly plane since they reside in the heavenly plane. And so I'm going to help you confirm who that person may be in your life. I'm going to use a few tools. I'm going to give you some eye color, some letters to help determine their name, some numbers to help determine, to validate the person you think it might be through their death date, birth date, day or date, or date or month of each. And I'm going to tell you something about their personality. And I also have a deck of cards that, if they could speak to you right now, what would they say to you? What would they encourage you to be living your best life right now? So, Gemini, we're going to get started here. I'm going to use my Kipper deck to try to identify. I've already shuffled these, so pre-shuffle them, said a prayer, breathe deep, and we've got two cards to come out here. All right. Okay, this is a woman. She has blonde hair. I think she died rather young, in her 20s or younger. She had a super sweet spirit. Children loved her. I don't know if she was like a kindergarten teacher, a daycare worker, but children they gravitated towards her. She loved them and they loved her. She also had a love for animals, kind of more the unusual animals. I see like 4 goats in this picture, so I don't know if that means anything significant to you. But when she was, before her passing, she lived and felt great happiness here on this earth. She was happy. Things were good. All right, now I'm getting the second card. It really jumps to a second situation. Was her life taken from her suddenly and unexpectedly? And is the person in prison or did prison time as a result of her passing, Gemini? Is this something that you can relate to? I'm going to pull one more Kipper deck card. I normally don't, but I feel like there's something in the middle of this young, beautiful girl who's beside you here in the earthly plane as additional support and love between her past and where we are right now. I don't get the feeling that she ended up in prison. Of course, she could have. Her life might have taken a turn. But I get the feeling that her life was taken suddenly and abruptly, and that the person who was involved, or the people who are involved, are in prison or have served prison time, or you're actually dealing with that right now. They could be coming up for parole or something. I'm going to draw one more card for what happened to her between this great happiness as a young, beautiful, blonde woman or girl to this situation that ends with someone being in prison. Okay. All right. I got the living room card. I don't know if something happened in a living room to her that caused her demise, or if that is a place where you and her spend a lot of time together, possibly playing games and cards, or just talking, or going through family photo albums. I'm getting a hit on that. I see it's fall outside the window, so you might have spent time with this person who has passed during the fall. And you had a cat, or she had a cat. Um, I see only one chair at this living room table. So maybe she sat there and wrote or colored, spent a lot of time there, and she liked to look out the window and watch the leaves change, the seasons change. And we can confirm that because I am going to bring up um, some season cards and see which season was her favorite season and things like that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to bring up, I actually have a baggie full of marbles that are eyeballs. And I thought that this way we could maybe confirm a little more accurately who you think this is by bringing out their eye color. Let's see, what color were her eyes? So her eyes were a shade of blue. Look like beautiful sky blue eyes. Either way, this is a very unusual blue. I think it's very striking. So that tells me that even though her eyes might not have been pure blue, there was something very striking about her eyes that made you kind of want to look at her when she was speaking. So we have blue eyes for that. All right. Let's bring out some letters. Maybe we can hone in on her, the initials of her name, first, last, or middle. Could be, I'm going to bring out 2 or 3 letters, so we could reveal 2 or 3 letters that were in her first name. Let's try to get one more. I got P and I got K. Her first name might have started with a K and her last name started with a P, or her first name might have started with a P and her last name started with a K, or these 2 letters were within her name somehow, the spelling of her name, either first or last, sometimes middle, but these could be her initials of her first and middle name. Not sure, you would know, just to try to help you identify who this person is. All right. I think this is a young lady, so her energy, I'm going to try to describe her personality a little bit for you. And, okay, 2 cards came out, the rest flipped downward, so I took that as a message that the 2 cards that I needed to take were already upright. Okay, yeah, see, I feel that she was evolving. She might have just been maturing as a young girl to a woman, or from a young lady to a mature woman. She wore white a lot. She liked to wear white, at least white tops, possibly with her jeans or her slacks. And the other thing is did she live in a brown home or drive a brown car or was gifted a brown car when she was 16 or 18 years of age? Anyways, this was a very boxy car. It was a very square in shape, not really fancy or expensive or high-end, possibly, but it was brown or in the brown shades. So she might not, even if she wasn't old enough to drive, her mom might have drove that particular vehicle. It could have been brown. So just kind of use your imagination without creating something that isn't there. Or broaden your horizons mentally without creating something that isn't there. All right, let's see here. Okay, so now we're going to go with some numbers. That really helps identify people's birth month, birthday, death month, death day, or an age that something may have significantly happened in this person's life. So I am going to pull a number now. Hopefully 2 or 3 of them will come out, which always helps a little bit. And these are numbers that are from 1 to 31. I'm going to give one more. I'm going to just, I don't know why, I feel like I should get one more. Maybe this will be the one that you need. Come on, for Gemini, please bring out the person's a person's number that is with them, supporting them here on the earthly plane. All right. Okay. So, the first card I got is the number 17. There might have been a significant event that happened when this young lady was 17, or she was born on the 17th of a month from January to December, or passed on the 17th of any month from January to February. She also may have passed in 2017. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that may be the situation there. Okay, and then I got the letter 30. So this could be the date of her birth date, death date, or possibly if she did live to 30 years old, which I don't know why I'm not seeing that. Something happened on the 30th of a month from January to December. I'm also getting 28. This could be the birthday or death day that she passed on the 28th, or someone significant in her life was 28 years old. Might have been you when this young lady passed. So without forcing something to fit, maybe these cards can give you some guidance. These numbers can give you some guidance on who you think is the person that has passed, living in the heavenly plane, who is beside you here on earth, in the earthly plane. Okay, the next thing I'm going to pull is a season. We all have favorite seasons. Some of us like fall because of the leaves. Some of us like summer because we like to swim and go to the beach. Some of us like winter because it's the holiday time. So let's go ahead and pull a card for our beautiful blonde woman. So winter was her favorite season, and that also tells me that she probably was young, because as we all know, Christmas is in the winter, Valentine's Day, and kids love to share Valentines at school and things like that. Or maybe her birth date landed in the winter months, and so that's why she liked winter. But I believe that she was a winter fan. Or she may have been born in the north, where there's lots of snow and ice, and so winter was was the season that she existed most of her time here on earth. All right, so now I'm going to give you what I call the meat and potatoes, because this is really why I'm here. I am here to allow this person that has passed, who is beside you here in the earthly plane, to say something to you through me. So let's see what she says. Let's get one more. We got one. Let's get one more. Spirit, please bring peace to the Taurus watching this video who has lost a loved person, a loved one, and would like to hear what they have to say to them. If they could say anything to them, what would they say? Alrighty. Wow. Okay. I really do feel this was a younger person. She says, you are never alone. So you feel very lonely now that she is gone from your life. And you probably have some really difficult days and moments throughout each day where you struggle with this loneliness. And she wants you to know you are never alone. She is telling you either I am with you or God himself and the guardian angels are with you. But know that you are never alone. And is there a significance to a lighthouse? I know in Maine and Maryland and different places like that, they have lighthouses that may designate where she lived at the time she was alive. But she's showing me a lighthouse. So every time you see a lighthouse, why don't you think of her? Because she might want you to do that. But she's saying you are never alone. The second message is, the earth is our school. So I don't know if she was very profound for her age, or if she understood like recycling, how important recycling was. But she had an appreciation for earth that was kind of above her age bracket. And she really took on some of these things. She may have volunteered on, what is that, Annie Litter? Annie Litter, those recycling programs that the schools would have, or she would definitely do her best to contribute to the health of the earth. She was interested in it very much so. So I think personally to you, she is saying you are never alone. But I think to validate who she is or something that she took on as a person, even though she might have been young, was the earth is our school. She takes this very seriously. She's very concerned about it, and she probably would have done something about it as a grown professional had she gotten the opportunity. Might have been that field, her field of career might have been in that. All right. So I hope that that made you feel better, that you are never alone. And she's saying, if God isn't with you, if your angels aren't with you, I am. Just know that I am. Okay, so we got 2 cards. Wow. I am blown away. Okay, so this deck of cards that I just shuffled, in my interpretation, is a message from the divine directly to you, the viewer, the Gemini who's watching this video. I think it's crazy because you are not alone, which this goes back to the card that we pulled. As if she could say something to you, she would tell you, you are never alone. The divine, these are advice from the divine upon the loss of this person. How can I get through this grief? How can I get through hour to hour? I mean, sometimes we just can't even make it through a day. We are just trying to make it, hour through hour. And so he also validates, you are not alone. So this must be something that you're really struggling with, is the loneliness or feeling alone or feeling like no one else understands your pain. And truly, if you have lost a child or a young person whose life was cut short, that is extremely painful. Not that it's any less painful to lose a grandparent, but at least we know that they lived a good bit of their life. When a life is taken short and it's a younger person, it is very, very hard, especially as a parent. I feel like this is a parent suffering this loss, and they are just really struggling with feeling alone. So God the divine's advice to you is to always remember, you are not alone. We are here for you. We never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near you or feel how much love we are sending you. We are your family, friends, and guides. You never walk alone. We walk right beside you. So, I'm feeling very brokenhearted. I feel this person's pain. My stomach feels nauseous. This is a parent who did lose a young daughter, or a teenage daughter, or a daughter in their early 20s, and my heart is broken for you. I can feel your pain. So, the final advice from the divine on the loss of this person in your life. Listen. Try to listen harder. You have to be willing to listen if you really want to understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not just to what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words. So this tells me that you probably have some really good friends and some great family support, and they are trying to convey messages to you, and that you might not be listening. Your grief has closed off, obviously, not only your heart, but maybe your mind also, and just your openness to look at something from a different interpretation. But just know that these people hold some relief for you if you don't just listen to the words, but listen to what lies beneath the words. They may have a profound impact on your healing, and it may allow you to heal a little bit better and a little bit faster. Also know that these people are being communicated to through the divine himself and your guardian angel and other people that really care for you and love you. And so even though your friend Sheila is giving you advice, know that the words coming out of her mouth have an underlying meaning and may be coming from the divine directly himself, or a source of one of the divine's workers for your benefit. So I thought that this was beautiful. I want to end this with, you are not alone, and your beautiful girl, she's with you. She loves you. She's beside you for extra protection. And just know, if you're lonely, turn and talk to her. Call her by name. Interact with her. It's very healing. And just know that also the divine is saying that you are not alone. So as best you can, try to shed that feeling of being alone and know that this too shall pass. Will you ever be the same again? No. But you will be a new normal, and you will be able to exist in that with the help of the divine and prayer and hope and faith. And one day you both will see each other again, and it will be when it'll be in God's timing, when it's meant for that to happen, and it'll be a beautiful experience. And again, I am so greatly and just emotionally feeling your pain, and I am so sorry for your loss. And I love you, and God bless you, and I hope that this brought you some peace and some happiness. Goodbye from Fifth Dimension.